how my wife will take it, but that's okay. She'll get over it.
There it is.
Have you told the story of it to him?
No. Statue. Hey, Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, I
Fare una tappa salutare.
If you get up close, the platform is being held up on like the back. Like, hey.
Pathetic!
One more.
Let's do it again.
Okay, front to back.
1, 2, 3.
Go do it.
Okay, just the ladies. 1, 2, 3. Now the men. There was no light show tonight, but it is lit up at least. And we have a picture of this from 2 years ago. A palace at night. This is the king's palace where he works. He lives on the other side of town. In case I don't recall it, this is the King of Belgium. And we are in Brussels.
Style, different kind of living, but another experience waiting for us. Now, as said yesterday, it might have become quite late, but it seems like straight.
Are they still
Straight ahead of us.
blocked it off with a police? Probably, because I think it goes way back there.
Usually it's a self-contained compound where you can have everything in there.
Suzanne?
Up a big outside, no room a small one.
No bit in Brussels. On a population of about 1 million, the whole agglomeration. There's something more than 200,000 are foreigners. Reason why? Because of all those international organizations here, the European Parliament, NATO, and quite a few more do have their headquarters here. Not to count, of course, the migrant population, most of them from North Africa, also a little bit Asian, Chinese. So altogether, more than 200,000. Which makes that when you go around in Brussels and you are looking for a restaurant, you can find just restaurants from all over the world here.
Art.
I had somebody ask me, Brussels sprouts from Brussels?
Now we've just got a question here. Brussels sprouts, are they from Brussels?
Yeah. They're old, they're bitter.
But then again, I like espresso. So.
You like
In fact, when I was on the ferry yesterday, they had 2 doubles.
So you're good for additionals.
I went in there and took a nap.
Those little old ladies who give them a blast.
No, it's more the people that are like run the light.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about taking the air horn off the whole bus.
Well, I use my horn so much.
Driving
This
California.
summer,
Well, and then this lady evidently
I should
went
be
back
able
to
to have
the
same size shoes for both of
the
them.
man behind her said, yeah, I did. I told Colin, what a hassle. She said, all I wanted to do was
Somebody we were talking about
No matter how innocent you are.
genealogy and stuff. And 2 men met each other in a shoe store and became friends because they each were missing one leg, opposite leg, and they wore the same size shoe.
So they can buy
And they became friends. I think they even became like.
Again, first thing you come down, normally you could do that. So that's the success nowadays of the high-speed train.
And stayed with her till they both died.
So lots and lots more of space for agriculture. Or can I have some coffee, please? Eine Tasse Kaffee, bitte. Cafe is coffee, eine Tasse Kaffee, cup of coffee, bitte. For security reasons, because if somebody does need the coach to put. So the other coach.
It's over, Joe.
Circumstances, all the alliances that had been made before the war. A place which you also will visit later on during your trip. And during the First World War, to become an artist. So the weapon industry and all the goods during the war, most of it, came from America. And America, of course, didn't want to lose such a beautiful market, so they wanted to get Europe back on its feet straight away. And also they have, of course, pieces between the 4 Allied forces. The Russians, the Americans, the British and the French. Each as a curtain came down and Germany became a united country again. But what happened afterwards? Because first it was a bit like an honeymoon, the 2 parts of Germany once again together. Years of communism. So how much of tax money had to be poured, billions and billions of Deutschmarks, into Eastern Germany to get it back on its feet. So when the honeymoon was over very fast. Now 13 years later everything is coming out. Now the one responsible for the second reunification of Germany was another chancellor. His name was Helmut Kohl. Helmut Kohl, the chancellor of Western Germany, 1991. Except of course England, as England was never conquered by Napoleon. So great organizer. Now when it came to Cologne, in those days, the houses didn't have any number. Streets didn't have any street name, and he said, like, how can anybody ever find somebody in this town here? No house numbers, no street names, and he gave the order to give street names to
That's why I gave up. I couldn't even see it. This was like right here.
c'est le sac départ. Ouais, mais c'est pour ça. Et c'est le sac départ pour avec le don. Le cinquième.
Make the comparison or the difference with the rest of the Rhine River. Now the Rhine River that we are going to see, you will still find vineyards. There's still a few more places, but this is almost the most up north place. To the left hand side you can see an old fortress on the top of the hill overlooking Koblenz on this side of the river. Now the river that we cross here is the Moselle River.
Look at that. Oh wow. Cool.
To an old Romanesque church to the left hand side, but rebuilt Romanesque. Because also, it's just like I told you, Koblenz was completely carpet bombed also because of the strategical importance. A little bit further, once again a fortress here, top of the mountain here. But this is the fortress dating back to later days, so we're talking about the 18th, 19th century here. Many of the castles that you will see later on do date back to the Middle Ages. Now what's the reason why there are so many castles along this stretch of river? Well, nothing has really changed.
I don't have to worry about it.
Straight ahead of us, already a castle coming up there. So straight ahead of us, the slope of the hill used to belong to the Archbishop of Trier. The Archbishop of Trier that also built a castle here just to make a bit of extra money, levying tolls on the boat.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Now on castles along the Rhine River that's never been destroyed. So it's still very much.
Vineyards along the Rhine.
Oh yeah, those houses can be. So once again, when you look to the right hand side, the vineyards. Look to the left hand side, no vineyards. Now when you see vineyards along the Rhine River, or they will be on the left hand side or on the right hand side, but not very often on both sides, as long as possible. As I told you that the vineyard here are some of the most up north vineyards you will find in Europe, so not much of sun, so they try to catch as much as possible. So hence on the slope facing south, the soil of the vineyards is a kind of a
Flemish. English.
It's a little like Steve Bailey running for office here in Bullpug.
But I had my stuff.
See all these people sticking up everywhere.
What flavor did you get, do you know? No. Just say, give me that. Did you just say, give me that one?
Yeah.
That was
It was chocolate with something in it.
Oh, wait, chocolate?
With something in it.
family lives on the back of these tugboats, so they carry their car with them, and then they can drive when they get somewhere.
Shut up, we don't talk to you.
Makes everything into an A sound as well. Sounds like
You really hear that last letter in every word plus the out with it. She's got a real notebook with lots of papers.
she probably makes the night.
She doesn't sit there and read them.
Yeah.
Okay, I owe Dylan. And then we had to make her warm again. They said they're gonna tie me up like a straight jacket. Yeah, that was.
That's a castle. A lot of these are owned by individuals. They'll rebuild them, make parts of them real nice. That's what somebody lives in. You see a lot of them have like glass and wires and stuff. In fact, that one I think was the scaffolding last year. They were redoing the White Tower part. Yeah, the hotel, Gasthaus. So they come here for the holiday. Huh? Just face.
There's stone. They're part stone in this scenic, so they look like they're not done. They might be. Hard to say.
Protestant with the roosters, which meant the church needed a wake-up call. That is true. The Lord of the Manor. Another rooster.
That'll be our summer vacation office style.
You just ripped my hair out.
That way coming very quick. See the railroad tunnel disguised as a castle?
Hitler disguised the railroads as castles so they wouldn't bomb them. So that's the entrance to the tunnel for the railroad.
See how little those are?
Hey Andrea, want to buy a gun? That's the spot. Another disguise of a tunnel on the side of the hill. Frankfurt.
Close to the camera.
That's enough.
We're back to normal style. Put it off.
Brauerei.
Haven't seen it since I was
I know. I remember you could have put us all on there. Just like right now.
You did the training. You bring me to
Nächste Haltestelle Apfeltorplatz.
Yeah, see, I didn't like family and so hands get
Swim is away from
yeah, it's a trainee.
Way back.
back guys.
Like dishes.
Nächste Haltestelle Elisabethenstraße.
There's alpha seen over here. Reading a book right
Nächste Haltestelle Schöne Aussicht.
Probably did that up there.
drive.
Yeah, this is what's
I'm kind
Just like in America, Burger King,
bums.
and Miller Genuine Draft. And in Frankfurt,
These kids know how to make December. Hey, wait a minute. Bruner Apfel. One. I think this is my favorite place ever. I really cherish this. It's my turn in the fire. Yeah. Stanford. And that's how we get the college and he loved women, so he just put her instead of him.
this is that church. It's almost June in Frankfurt and we have Christmas decorations. And in English at that. It's about May 24, 5, 6.
Right now, the head straight down. Well, at least I can say I found
Yeah, but our little thing that we have going isn't like.
No, but make sure you tell me. That's me putting my arm around your.
That's not right. Like two people get off.
Yeah, like one guy.
I was like,
All skiing, I'm not falling.
staying right next to you.
Well, it's like Dan goes by Daniel.
Vuole tu giuro che ci piace.
My husband doesn't tell people his name.
Just when I met him, he decided that most Francises went by Frank. So he kind of, was Frank. Well,
And he was part of it.
stamp it last year. I was here, they stamped it.
Allez, que je l'ai.
But I think you can ask them to put a stamp on it. It's just they're doing away with that. You just have to make sure that when they put the tag on it, it's the right one.
But still, they can do it now.
Yeah.
In fact,
So he could have a debit card that has the logo on it instead of when you're spending money in your checking account.
C'est pour ça que je fais du dos.
Take a little bit
J'ai
of
pris
cash.
le chien, le changement.
Activated
Ah,
anyway.
de TV. TVA.
And so
À cause de loi numéro
I sent him
Et ça, c'est
my friend on Thursday to pick
sign
up.
of the, that's the thing of the
I was
article.
packing and get trying to
That's what the
get
article was saying.
De order is
It looked like
She
it's
took
worried
him
about.
down there. Pretty soon he's calling me on the phone. And he's, they don't know where it is, and they're blah blah blah, and he's like,
now what do I do?
and he's saying that it got sent UPS to our house instead of to the bank, and he's all panicked. And finally, but the atrocities that they did.
You know why they know so much about what happened in the concentration camps? Because the German psyche is they kept meticulous records of everything. Everything.
The troops that repatriated the prisoners at Dachau.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That
Pictures of the lampshades they've made. That's a nice grocery store. I always remember. Never after.
And when you look at the building to the left-hand side, you know, that's typical German style of after the war, after the Second World War, because as many of the towns were completely flattened, so after the war they had to build very fast, very quick, just to give housing again to all the survivors of the war. So they built in that kind of style that you just saw before, so very simple, very basic style. So typical from our buildings from just after the Second World War. Just like here you see to the left hand side again, this block of houses here. Simple, basic, but still very city. So much of the walls also were destroyed during the war, but you can see the parts which are still the old parts, the newly reconstructed part, just like at the left hand side, the old watchtowers. So originally dating back between the 14th and the 16th century. And everything to the left hand side behind the walls is the old city centre, so that's what we're going to make out easy. So but I will point it out later to you. So a little bit further is the place where they're going to be dropped off, and from where we're going to go for a short walk, just a 2 minutes walk up to the...
My husband,
You can see under the
my husband is a
1438.
and we met in the 300 miles apart. Susie, we flew back and forth, so I like to have a bit of control over where I go.
It's one of the old watchtowers. from World War II. This is a sign on that church. And there's a doggy. Looks like a schnauzer. Five courses.
So to the left-hand side, once again, last glimpses of the old city walls.
She called St. Janice sometimes.
Was she sleeping when you got home last night?
She was, but she woke up right before I went there. Oh, I know you slept.
They kept talking to Cassie and I said, you're going to be here.
I would just see like a name written down there to the right hand side in German, and maybe just give you a little bit of explanation. It says Hansa Apotheke. Apotheke means like pharmacy, but Hansa, I want to tell you a bit more about that. Germany in the past, the ones that were busy in trading and sailing. So most of it was like towns along the coastline. Hansa, when you look at the German national carrier, which is Lufthansa. So it's the same name. But when you see HH, it stands for Hamburg, Hansestad Hamburg. So Hansa City, Hamburg. Or HB, Hansestad Bremen. So they still carry that name and the name of their town.
Museum in downtown Frankfurt where we were at, I guess it was in the war, but it was under the mile, so you can't think of the name. It was like all about it's like a little suffering museum. A suffering museum.
A stronghold of German nationalism. This was the place of German nationalism right here. I told you already that was the fortress from where they went out to fight the Slavic tribes in the east, to Christian the Slavic tribes, that's what they said, kind of a crusade, and to expand the German Empire. And that was then also later on the reason why, because it was a stronghold of nationalism, while the Nuremberg trials, or the war criminal trials after the war, were held here. To show the world, even in the stronghold of German nationalism, we're gonna put those people to trial.
Colored stone, is that native stone
That's
in these buildings?
native stone, yes.
Do you know?
We have to be honest, to be honest answer. It looks like a sandstone though.
Stucco-shin.
Pink and rockin'.
You could probably get that information for your next tour.
Still in the original state. The capital of Bavaria is not Nuremberg, but Munich. München is the capital, so that's where they live every year.
She had a problem with it all her life because she couldn't eat it. And we always just added to that occasion.
My blood pressure's fine. My cholesterol's fine. My blood sugar's fine because I keep it that way.
Welcome to the Czech Republic.
All these new houses.
Well, you're doing good. So far, so good.
Which is Central America.
I just cannot believe it.
Now later on I will give you a little bit more information about
Look, the first thing I see in Czech Republic.
But it was written in English.
The market looks more interesting.
So now from here all the way up to Prague, it's going to take us maybe like a good 2 hours to get there. So we will to arrive there. Second World War started, because as soon as Hitler cut the west of the Czech Republic, sarcastic maybe, by the Russians. Now the Americans... a town of 175,000 inhabitants, and
Pas encore tout fini, hein, And I'm thinking, man, you got all these beautiful girls, and you guys are acting like idiots.
Why do you think they don't want it?
I met him in 96.
Welcome to the Czech Republic.
All these new houses.
I don't know, Al, you're doing good. So far, so good. I just cannot
Well, later on I will give you a little bit more information about
Look, the first thing I see in Czech Republic was Johnson.
But it was written in English.
no.
Turn right.
So
Turn right.
The market
You've,
looks more
gone-
interesting.
Is always there?
So now from here all the way up to Prague, it's going to take us maybe like a good 2 hours to get there. So we will to arrive there. Second World War started because as soon as Hitler cut the west of the Czech Republic, sarcastic maybe, by the Russians. Now the Americans. A town of 175,000 inhabitants, and
And I'm thinking, man, you got all these beautiful girls, and you guys are acting like idiots.
Why do you think they don't want it?
I met him in 96. Democrats in Indian.
Yeah, which is an incredible thing.
The Eagle, what is it? Oh, the Eagle. It's publicity for
Thy natural.
attorney. That's how he does it. They can do everything. You know,
Well, I know the DA who took over.
to Canada, went to Australia. Maybe the descendants won't even know about it.
It's supposed to be excellent. Several of his students are professional glass blowers.
That's my wife's family's business. They've had it for 8 years.
Glass blowing?
maybe like 25 years ago, it all looked like that. Like the buildings you see a bit further to the left-hand side, so the communist time buildings are all very grim. Almost none now, just very, very limited merchandise in there. And for anything you liked, but not with Krona. Reason why the town that you will see greater, but not in the center of town, so they kept the old buildings and kept using the old buildings, while in the west maybe many of the old buildings, when they were a bit run down, they just knocked them down. Kind of religion in this country. Now this used to be a Roman Catholic country, but then also Protestantism touched this country. He is a heretic, we don't have to keep our promise, and Roman Catholic. But also a few small minorities, German speaking.
Dumplings, there's now VLTAVA is the name of the river here. So.
Am I sitting on your...
It goes by. Oh.
He's here.
Follow him. There he is, right there. And actually watch that thing.
Oh, there's
Oh, look at that.
The Czech name is the Latlav.
What bridge is this?
Oh, you asked me something.
Oh, they're driving on it, so it's not the old one.
Central or by a zoo.
I tried to tell you all the names in Czech, but my Czech is not as good as my other languages, so you have to excuse me there. Check with the local guide for this evening that he's going to give you a little bit of a course in steam course in Czech language.
With a K.
Cruising tonight.
Good.
This evening, to say.
Can I go cruising with you?
Oh my gosh.
This is the river we cruise tonight.
A cruise?
Okay, that would be the palace.
You're gonna love it here. It's a beautiful place.
Now most of the houses here do date back to, let's say, Baroque days or later days. When you look at it, very beautiful houses. And then look at this here. At the corner. Now nothing went wrong with the building. It's just that's what they call modern architecture.
I love that thing at the top.
It's called American influence.
Right.
Big window out underneath the houses. Very mutt looking. You know.
Vino Rani was one of them.
We left here
know.
about 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock, what time do you start?
We're on that bad ship.
We're on JECNA.
Yeah, that's, I can't find that as a cross street.
Zoo sign is pointing. So what is the...
Yep.
This
is annoying.
That is one gorgeous.
This might be near the Radio Free Europe building.
Isn't that classic?
G10. That's beautiful.
That may be the Radio Free Europe.
No, the Radio Free Europe building is the next one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's the Radio Free Europe building right down here.
Where?
On the left. It's kind of stupid looking, but
With the green thing?
All the towers.
yeah, that's it. That's Radio Free Europe.
All right. Go for it. I think I read that. Yeah, kind of sitting down on the job. Okay, there's Radio Free Europe. Yeah, but maybe going to the tennis over there. You know, some.
Because I've never seen that. This part is pretty new. Is this where we're staying?
No, this building must be pretty.
I heard 19 sucks. It does suck.
Now, what I wanted to mention also, and this is very important, so I just want everybody
Quiet.
to listen there. Yes, sir. Thank you. Because otherwise we might have a bit of problems.
And is located of 500 square kilometers. Now we are in the area Prague number 2. On my right hand side you see cemeteries. Why cemeteries? It is from the time 18th century clean. Please now look to my right hand side and you see a wonderful church. The style is like Byzantine style. Therefore the architect came from Slovenia. On my right hand side you see the main entrance. We pass by the former federal parliament. Today the so-called Free Europe. Maybe you have seen, you have mentioned many, but in a very, very old style, revival Romanesque style. The chemical compounds. St. Vitus Cathedral or St. Veit Cathedral, old 1,000 years. On the yes? It is a symbol for Hasid. Maybe you know about the Moravian and Czech brothers. He had no more religion wars.
Oh, look at that bridge. Oh, nice bridge.
Again the river Vltava. Yes, on the left hand side, on the top of the hill.
Let that trolley go.
More than 800 years old. On my left hand, you see also two towers, like a twin towers. It is the Central Park building. When you cross the river, it is the oldest. So you see the bridge with yellow calm. The name of the bridge is Czech Bridge. the beginning of 20th and the style Art Nouveau. And behind is Charles Bridge. It is not like in United States. We cannot use Czech flag for the private house. We can use flag only for the official building. Your right hand, it is panoramic view. On the horizon you see the skyscrapers. We call it Manhattan. But maybe we must build. On my left hand side there is Foreign Ministry. You have seen a flag, a Czech flag.
Monastery.
Leven a Lagen.
But 18th century. It is no more used, it is only used maybe.
It's just called Strelhof, and this is where Mozart played when he came to Prague.
The old part of the town, downtown, right? We had in Prague independent downtown. The oldest, it is the old town. You see again the twin towers, right? It is the old town.
These are the vineyards that they you're talking about? Oh no, this was supposed to be 24.
Well, it is not our
The vineyard house, the ones where they celebrate.
Yes, but don't take That's right. Then see the green dome, green roof. It is the small town. When the old town was full, they built one more. They called it Immola. It was built especially for the town. Then, in 14th century, Charles IV, in 14th century, 4 Catholics in 14th century. Only the language was like a joke.
Just grab a phone if I can take pictures.
About everything there. In May, everything. Especially for the young people. Don't be afraid.
Monastery.
No mind.
You go.
Now my hands are kind
You feel like ice cold.
I'm not cool, that's good.
These are heat ice cold. Sweat.
It's so hot, it's cold. It's like fried
You're
ice.
so cute.
What's your order? Okay. What's the order here?
Water. I mean, making drinks or something. Water. No, we got
2 included. 2 included.
Yeah, but first I come around for the first one, then I come around for the second one.
Oh, that was good. I trust you. You know what? We were talking about that at work. We were talking about like how like sometimes they don't trust their boyfriends or something like that. I'm like, and then they're like, really? You're just gonna trust your husband? I'm like, I like cold weather. Can you tell? I should take one step forward.
You cannot go more than 4.
She works okay.
Oh, I was like, what's that?
That's we'll do it the right way.
Hi, checkmate! Hi, Michael Bachelor!
And on the left hand side you see
Wow, great
St. Charles University. This is the oldest hospital in Europe, which means it's also the oldest hospital in the world.
more. Okay. Barbara Streisand has also.
That's Charles. I was wrong.
I like your country.
You stole it.
You just had a fun conversation with him though. You're welcome.
On the left hand side again you see the musical hall. And if you look to the top of the roof you will see many statues. Somebody asked me, we passed by on the left hand side.
Whoa, have you
On the right hand you see a government building. We passed by in the bus.
But I think they just think you're different.
I know, I'm just driving.
Tell me.
This is the Charles Bridge. Try it in low light. And this was used in Mission Impossible movie.
Sorry, hold on. Wait, what?
It is the National Theatre, the first theatre with the Czech language. On the left-hand side you see. On my right-hand side you see.
This is where Tom Cruise lived during the filming of the Mission Impossible movie. Or maybe it's that building.
Islands in the
Nope, it's this one.
We can lift the net together and fly away with it. All agreed. The next day they did just that, making a success.
Commandment, therefore, the Jewish quarter and Jewish about the present amount of Jews. Now about farmers, maybe that it is also interesting for you. Now we have only community. The farmers will get better position. Therefore now the machine, the price for machine, the price for fertilizer is. You see the policemen on the roof?
Yeah.
They are watching if you have a gun or if you are terrorist. Do you have a gun? No bombs? No, if a strong man. There's going to be the board on the door of the law factory. Behind you there is
Victims of 1945 end of the war are now in the Jewish quarter.
Now we entered the former Jewish ghetto. You see wonderful buildings, Art Nouveau, I spoke about that, but Art Nouveau used different motifs. For example, folklore motifs, but also Jewish motifs. This one.
Oldest synagogue in Europe.
Was built in 1270.
Built in 1270. Jewish cemetery.
Started very again. Then as we see very old, looks like very old build for the preparation of dead body for the funeral.
The synagogue was built in the 15th century.
The car is standing, but never mind. You see the board is the same. Russian tank coming to Prague, 1969, and he burned himself on the Wenceslav Square, on the platform, on the steps before the National Museum.
This is a student who immolated himself. With to protest the Soviet tanks. The Charles Bridge. This is a German university. An idea of the enormity of this castle.
This house sign, Golden Snake. Therefore, coffee, it was like a medicine, only small dose. And once
They didn't have last names in the 14th and 15th century, and this was the edge of the Jewish ghetto. And to prevent the Black Death, these figures were there to ward off the evil. That snake we saw a couple of scenes back was the house emblem, and that's what people had, was a surname or first name and a family emblem of some type. And that guy was a doctor, and that snake is like the medical symbol we see in the States. This used to be a Jesuit college.
or we save meteors. We save the data about more than 400 years old. And we sent it to Munich, therefore there is a center, administration building, and they use from this data the map, lecture classes here. But we use libraries,
Da steht drauf. Da steht Garten.
The difference is 16th century and 17th. This is also the square. Here many squares in Prague. Square was the source for water. I would like to point that from outside you see only one house. Inside in the yard you see 2 or 3 houses. It was big.
This would be several days shopping place. We're shopping in wine.
Catholic Church and Concert Hall.
So many believe. Or we use it for concert.
Catholic Church and Concert Hall.
So many believe. Or we use it for concert. Marketplace, vegetarian food. Every morning. Lunch. You go this way. A meadow.
This is connected with the Opera Don Giovanni,
Here, not in Vienna,
oldest
not
theater in
Salzburg,
Prague.
but here. Therefore, the Prague
Mozart opened Don Giovanni here for its original
is a part of the town hall, the old town hall. It is the
tower, is part of the old town hall.
You see on the tower, you see the upper 2 blue windows. There, you see the 2 blue windows. You see? Yes. They will open at 11. And the apostles, 12 apostles are running around. Then, what is important is astronomical clock. It is the lower part.
This is the astronomical clock.
1410. This is before Copernicus. And the moon are on 6.
The Earth is in the middle, and the sun and moon are moving around it.
Down, according to the time around.
And the outside part of it are dates.
And you see the gray rings. They are the length of 1 minute. On the other side, you see the church with 12 towers. Here, from the platform, sometimes Catholic, 14th century.
14th
And
century.
in the middle of the square, you see the
This is the library.
Electronic.
Some microphone, some, I don't
I don't, but I want to hear you talking about it. That's what I want. Anybody can take a photograph, but I can't get someone else like that.
But without Judas Iscariot.
Hey guys, it's moving. Look.
Kuinka tuosta saadaan?
Those represented 11 of the 12 disciples. Obviously, Judas is the one missing. No idea what we're looking at. I think this is also part of the Jewish ghetto. No, look at, hey, Uncle Paul is coming here. That's just a hotel. So that was some memorial for Jews in 45. And again, that's Charles University. Say goodbye to Prague and the castle and the Moldau River.
think we stopped at McDonald's.
Huh.
This town. For a break.
If there is McDonald's, that would be nice. That would be great if we can find one.
Now that all of a sudden I don't know why coming into this town makes me think of that.
Quand il y a un McDonald's, s'il y a. Ouais.
It was up on the right. You had to go right a little bit and go to the left.
But then normally when it's McDonald's, it's
That's just a hotel. So that was some memorial for Jews in 45. And again, that's Charles University. Say goodbye to Prague and the castle and the Moldau River.
Deep discount, that's what we say. Other things outside. I just saw back there like
I think we stopped at
chicken
McDonald's.
hatching. Huh.
This town. For a break.
if there is McDonald's, that would be nice. That would be great if we can find one.
Now that all of a sudden I don't know why coming into this town makes me think of that.
Quand il y a un McDonald's, s'il y a. Ouais.
It was up on the right. You had to go right a little bit and go to the left.
But then normally when it's McDonald's, it's